Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to draw this Halloween illustration in Procreate. This is easier than you think, and even if you're a beginner, I promise you can draw this. So let's start. I'm going to draw this on the A4 canvas from Procreate. As always, I have prepared a color palette for this illustration. You can download it, link will be in the description. And let's pick first this purple color, the darkest one. And we are going to draw a background. Let's go to the selection tool and pick here rectangle and color fill. And now select the rectangle on top of your canvas, like this. Now let's tap on the selection tool to finish this. And we are going to go to the colors and pick another color, the next purple color. And again, let's go to the selection tool and select the rectangle underneath the first one. The rectangles should be overlapping, like this, and those two rectangles should be taking about half of the canvas. Let's finish this, so tap on the selection tool, and now let's take another purple color, the lighter one, and select another rectangle, like this. Finish this, and then pick the lightest purple color, and select the rest of the canvas. Okay, let's tap on the selection tool, and now we are going to blur this. So let's go to the adjustments and pick Gaussian blur, layer, and now just slide the pencil on the screen to set the blur size. My blur size is 61%. Let's tap on the adjustment here, and now we're going to draw the tree. So let's create a new layer for this. And the color will be the first one, the very dark yellowish color. Let's go to the brushes, and for the tree, I'm going to use Studio Pen from Inking. Let's change the brush size to maximum and draw a tree. You can keep your lines wavy. It would look nicer and more scary for Halloween. Let's draw a closed shape like this. And now we can start drawing branches. You can add as many or as little as you want. Let's make here one longer one, going across the whole canvas. For the smaller branches, I'm going to change the brush size for something smaller. Maybe 43% would be good. And I'm just drawing some more branches. Now we can drag and drop the color inside the empty spaces, like this. And then we are going to draw the grass. Let me just fix this one line here. And now we can go to the layers and create a new layer to draw grass. Let's put this layer under the layer of tree. And the color we are going to use is the second dark color in the first line. So this very dark green one. And for this I'm going to change the brush to dry ink. So now I'm just drawing a line at the bottom across the canvas, and on this right side I'm going to make it go up a little bit. Let's fill this inside. And now we can just add some more detail to this grass, like this. And as I'm moving along to the right side, I'm going to make them bigger. And here maybe let's make it a little bit more uneven. even though those colors are so dark and we can't see much, they are a little bit different. So I would like to make the grass also visible on the tree. So to do that, I'm going to go to the layers and turn off this layer of the grass. And now I'm going to select the layer of the tree, and I will use a eraser to erase some grass shape in the tree. And let's tap on the eraser again and set it to dry ink. So the same brush that we used for drawing grass. And now just erase some grass in the tree. Okay, now we can bring back our grass layer. Now we are going to create a new layer to draw crosses. Let's move this layer under the grass layer, so it will be above the layer of the sky. And we're going to pick another color, the first color in the second line. And the brush I will use for this will be Studio Pen. Let's draw a shape like this at an angle. Now let's fill it in. And now another shape going across it. And let's draw one more cross here. Now we're going to create a new layer to draw the moon. Let's move it under the crosses, so it will be above the sky. And now the color for this will be this light color here. And the brush I'm going to use for this will be in calligraphy, and it's monoline. Let's draw a circle. Hold your pencil on the screen and then put your finger on the screen to create a perfect circle. Let's fill it inside. And now I'm going to move it down a little bit. So I'm using the arrow tool for this. I think here it will be a nice position for it. And now we want to make it shine. To do that, we have to go to Adjustments and go to Bloom, then Layer. And now we can slide the pencil on the screen to adjust the bloom size. And at the bottom we can change transition, size and burn. So you can play with those options. And my settings are main slide 40.4%, transition 87, size 57 and burn 67%. Okay, let's tap on the adjustments to finish this. And now we're going to add some more details to the moon. So let's create a new layer for that. It will be above the moon. Let's tap on it and set it to clipping mask. We are still going to be using the same color as we did for the moon, but we are going to change the brush. Let's go to Artistic and pick this one, Qual. My brush size is 20%, and I'm just drawing some random shapes on the moon. If you want to be more precise, you can of course download some picture and use it as a reference. With this brush, if you use more pressure, the color will be stronger. So it is perfect to drawing the moon like this. Okay, I like how this looks. So now we can draw stars in the background. Let's create a new layer for this and move this layer so it will be above the sky. The color will be still the same, but let's change the brush. And I will be using here Stars brush that I made, and you can download it for free. Link will be in the description. So now let's change the brush size. First I will use size 11%, and I'm just drawing the stars across the screen like this. And now I'm going to make the brush smaller, just a little bit. and add some more stars. And now even smaller, maybe 6%. And I'm adding some more stars. If you like this, you can keep it like this, but I would like to make those stars shine. So I'm going to the adjustments and bloom, layer, and I'm going to slide my pencil on the screen to set the bloom size to 28%. Then at the bottom size will be 19% and burn 28%. The transition will stay maximum as it is. Now we're going to add some light to the tree. So let's tap on the layer of the tree and create a new layer above it. Tap on it and pick clipping mask. This way we're going to be drawing only on the tree shape. And I will still keep the color as it is, so this light yellow color. And the brush for this I will be using is in textures. And this is it, grunge. So now my brush size will be 19%. And the opacity I'm going to use is 72%. Let's add some light to the tree. So I'm just adding it where I think that the moon will be shining on it. Here you can also use less or more pressure to make different effects. And as you can see, I'm doing it kind of randomly. I'm not being very precise. Now we can make the brush smaller, maybe 4% is good, and we can draw some smaller lines on the tree. I think this way it will look more interesting. Now we can do the same with the grass. So let's open the layers and tap on the layer of the grass. Now create a new layer above it. Tap on it, set it to clipping mask. And let's go to the brushes. And we are going to use the same brush as we used for drawing the grass. So it's in inking and it's dry ink. Let's make the brush maximum size. And let's turn down the opacity to maybe 65%. And we can add a little bit of light on it. This should be enough. Now we can add the light to the crosses. So let's tap on the layer of the crosses, create a new layer above it, set it to clipping mask. And for this I'm going to change the brush. Let's go to charcoals and pick to be compressed. Let's add some light here at the top and on the side of the cross. Maybe let's change the brush to 5%. Maybe even smaller, 3%. And let's just draw some light here. Now a little bit of light on the little cross. Okay, now to make it more Halloweeny, we can add some bats. Let's create a new layer for this. First let's tap on the top layer and now create a new layer. And the color I'm going to use here is the second one in the second line. Let's change the brush to Studio Pen in inking. And to make it easier, we can turn on the symmetry. So let's go to the Actions menu. Now Canvas, Drawing Guide, and Edit Drawing Guide. Here at the bottom you can select Symmetry. Let's tap on Done. And now we can draw the bat like this. Let's fill it inside. And now draw the head. Now we're going to create a new layer above this, and we are going to draw eyes on it. We are going to be using here Symmetry Tool too, so we have to tap on this layer and pick here Drawing Assist. Now let's go to the colors and pick this red color, and we can just draw one eye here. Okay. To make them look like they're shining, we can go to the adjustments and pick Gaussian Blur, Layer, and swipe the pencil on the screen to set the blur size, and my blur size is 5.3%. As you can see, this is not very visible now. The effect is very light, so we can go to the layers and swipe this layer to the left and pick Duplicate, and now it's stronger. Let's do it again. I think this is good now, and we can still add a small dot in the middle. So let's draw it there. Now we have this one bed, but I would like to have two on my illustration. We can select all of the layers of the bed and group them. Let's close this group and swipe it to the left and pick Duplicate. Now we can use the arrow tool to move this bed. Okay, and now let's move that first bed. And if you don't want them to look exactly the same, we can use the arrow tool. Let's move it still a little bit. And now let's use the warp option. And this way we can change the shape of the bed a little bit. Let's tap on the arrow tool, and the illustration is finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe, so you will not miss any future tutorials. If you will use this tutorial and make your own illustration and would like to share it with me, please tag me on Instagram, I would love to see it. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video, bye!